Hey guys, Shauna here. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. Today, let's chat about homeschool and how we conquer the struggles. If you guys are new here, my name is Shauna. We are a secular homeschool family. This is our fourth year, first year adding our second kiddo into the mix. We have a pre-K and a third grader. Guys, before we go any further, please scroll down, hit that big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As you guys know, I've been trying to answer your questions on the ends of these videos. Frequently, the questions that you have make for great video ideas, which is what is happening today. But if you want to shoot me a DM, you can either scroll right on down to those comments, or you can head right on over to Instagram at Making Everyday Magic and shoot me a DM over there. Today, my children did not know that I was planning to film the video of how we overcome the homeschool struggles today. But they were kind enough this morning in our homeschool lessons to give me a crash course, a little refresher in all of the things that we do to try to regain control of our day. So big shout out to my kids who definitely didn't make me want to rip my hair out this morning. Thank you. Thank you, sweet precious angels who wanted to make sure that mommy was so well prepared today. From the time that I'm filming this earlier this week, I posted a video of our first lesson with Matthew C. Primer for Marilyn, for a pre-K girl. We leveled her up in the middle of the year to the kindergarten level math program available through Timberdoodle. And it was our first day back from break. It was our first day with the new math, and it was our first day with the new language arts. So this is, she's in pre-K, so this is her first real big chunk of break. We've not done formal schoolwork really since before Thanksgiving. So coming back and approaching it in January, everyone was really struggling to get back in a routine. And then on top of that, adding in 2 new pieces of curriculum, ambitious to say the least. Well, she got frustrated, and it's not something that I cut out of the video. It's a real moment, guys. Not a lot of people share the struggles, right? When there's a Teach With Me, when there's a day in the life, when there's all those things, people tend to just show, it's like Instagram. They tend to just show the good. Well, sometimes it's not good, okay? I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes it gets real, right? There's fuss, exasperation, cranky girl, fits, crying. Sometimes there just is, okay? So I am not here to sugarcoat this for you guys. Sometimes it sucks, but it's not all the time. It's not even most of the time, but sometimes it does. So let's talk about how we can recover, right? How we can bring it back to something that is going to be productive. Okay, let's call it like it is. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some days suck, some days are hard, but let's talk about strategies you can incorporate to recover. Because like I said, I had such a huge reaction on that video. Just the steps that I took with Marilyn to try to get her back under control, for lack of a better term, back in the fold, back to learning, all of those things. Now, the very, very first thing that you need to do is you need to be set up for success. If you are already short fuse in it, if you are already riding the struggle bus yourself, this is maybe not the way to approach your homeschooling day. You need to back your patience. You take your patience, put it in your pocket, pull it out, huff it if you need to occasionally, because your job is hard. It's hard to be a teacher. It's hard to be a parent. You're a parent who teaches, okay? So this is extra. It's like times 10, okay? So you set yourself up right, doing whatever it is you need to do to be coming into the school day fresh and centered with your patience, okay? So the most important thing that you can do is set yourself up for success by making sure that you are set up for success, whatever that means for you. For me, that's getting up before everybody and enjoying a few quiet minutes before I have to talk to the people who live with me, preferably drinking coffee in not full daylight. So I need a minute to myself to collect, and that really does set up my day for complete success for the rest of the day. It makes a huge difference. So pack your patience, okay? So let's talk about motivation. It can be really hard sometimes, like I said, coming back from a break. It can be really hard sometimes to stay motivated, both for you and for your kids. So the more fun that you can make things, the easier it's going to be to stay motivated. Sometimes you're not motivated, and that's one of the struggles you're going to have to overcome, and one of the things that we're going to talk about. Sometimes you're frustrated. It's not always with your kids or with schoolwork. There's just parts of life that are frustrating. So sometimes you do come at this with a little bit less, sometimes you do come at this with a little bit more frustration level than is ideal, because if you guys know, right? Like it starts to build and compound, and then everybody feeds off of everybody else, and you're with each other all the time. Also, there's a pandemic, so you're legit with each other all the time. So if you can come at this less frustrated, your kids will come at this less frustrated. But we're going to talk about the ways that you can manage those frustration levels when they do get a little out of hand. And then the things that we're going to talk about is, guys, you're a parent. You have to discipline. Sometimes you have to discipline in homeschool. So here are some things where you can get stuck. I have found that it is very easy. I would describe myself as probably a really strict parent. I think I have a lot of people around me in my life who think I might be a little mean. I don't think I'm mean. I tend to be firm. We tend to say what we mean and mean what we say. And when we've said something, then that's the way it's going to go. That's kind of the parenting philosophy that we stick with. We do timeouts. That's what we do in our household, is timeouts. But we've used them since they were very little. We've used them very consistently. And so in our home, we use timeouts. And then if that doesn't work, they will lose privileges. And we've talked a great deal about privileges. And all kinds of things in our house are a privilege, right? Like screen time, character toothbrushes, wearing your princess dress. Things like that in our house are privileges. And so we will take those things away if we feel like we need to. Okay, so what happens sometimes is that your kiddos do get frustrated with what they're learning, and it's because it's hard. If it's not, my kids at least, if it's not very easy, sometimes they get really frustrated and they don't want to do it. So what we'll do is, it's like, just calm down. Because I try, and I do say this to my kids quite a lot, if you're frustrated, if you're grumpy, if you're fussy, you're not going to learn, because your brain is entirely blocked off by your frustration and by your fuss. So until you can come at it with a calm and relaxed approach, you're not going to learn. So it's not going to get better. It's just going to compound and get worse and worse and worse. And so because of that, when they do get, we call it broken, when they get broken, and it's hilarious because when they're really tired, they'll come to us and be like, I'm broken. When they do get broken, we first encourage them to take a minute, take a deep breath, and to try again. If that doesn't work, sometimes we will try to redirect them a little bit, like, okay, let's take a break, let's do something else. Sometimes that doesn't work and we get a lot of pushback. And so if that's the case, then we move on to mommy can't help you. Like, you're too walled off, you're too blocked off, you're too frustrated to learn right now, so you need to take a break. And so what we'll do is we will either send them away from the table, like go sit on the couch, take a break, go get a drink of water, go get a snack, go wash your hands, go somewhere, go take a minute to help yourself reset. If that still doesn't work, sometimes we do send them to the room, and sometimes I'll send her to a room with her schoolwork. Like, you go work on it and I'll talk to you when you're done, because I can't do this with you right now. Sometimes it is a little bit of just go take a minute in your room and I'll talk to you in a few minutes. And so after a few minutes, when I feel like they've calmed down, or sometimes they'll ask from upstairs if they can come back and rejoin. That sending them away from the homeschool space, I have found to be very effective in redirecting their behavior, because they don't want to miss out on these things. In our house, we have a separate playroom. So their playthings are not in their bedrooms. So there's not really anything to do in their bedrooms. So that is helpful for us. If the playthings are in the bedrooms at your house, that may not be the best place to send them. But allowing them to walk away and reset, one, it gets the two of you out of each other's faces, which can be really helpful for kind of avoiding or ending one of those standoffs, the battle of wills. So it can be really beneficial to just have everyone walk away for a minute and come back. And in our house, schoolwork is not a negotiable thing. You have to do it, right? Like it's the law, it's the rule. You need this for later in life. And so we're going to be doing this. Now you can either sit here and do it together with us and be productive, or you need to take a minute. And when you're ready, you can come back, but it will be done. It may not all get done today, because let's not kid, some days, as long as I can get everybody back in the right attitude, I'm willing to cut stuff out to end early, because I need to. Some days you need to just cut out on a win. That brings me to our next point, guys. Everyone needs a win. So everyone doesn't need to win, because that's not possible in this. Mom's gonna win. Not everyone needs to win, but everyone needs a win. So what that means to me is it is a win if my kids can come to the table, if they can recover and they're willing to learn. That's a win. Sometimes that's a great time to check out before we've lost control again. I try to end always on a positive note, so it's a good thing and we're ready to come back the next day. I try not to end. I'm not cutting it off in the middle of an argument. That's not how it's gonna go here. We're gonna come back, we're gonna refocus, we're gonna do our best. But your kids need a win too. So if they're frustrated and if they're not getting it right, if they do get something right, give them that big celebration. I've been known to jump up and down, scream up and down, run over, and I come back with a marshmallow. Yes, you got your place value problem right. I'm so proud of you. Like big celebrations, especially for the things that are hard, can make a huge difference, because everyone needs a win. It can also turn around your whole day. It can turn around if your kid is frustrated and they're feeling really defeated because they don't understand, because it's not coming easily. If you can celebrate with a huge, massive reaction on something they did right or good, or give them a compliment, that can turn around their whole day. And it's really exciting to watch them change and go from being not excited to do something because it's hard for them, to being really excited to show you that they can, because they're proud of themselves. They can be proud of themselves. That's a win. It is so important to take the time to praise and encourage your children, because they are your children first and your students second. So if you can foster that love of learning, that's going to come by them feeling good doing it. It's hard to learn new things, and we have that discussion in our household a lot. Like, I understand that you're frustrated, but you don't know it. You have to learn it, which is why we are here. So I'm not expecting you to get it right every time, but I'm going to praise your efforts, always the efforts, and also the result. But always, always, always praise their try muscle. If they are trying, that needs to be praised. And that's going to go into their love bucket and help get them through the next thing that's frustrating and difficult. We try very hard to give our children a choice. I remind them that when they're broken, it's not going to work. You simply can't learn when you're broken. But I give them the choice. If they have decided that they're going to have a grumpy day, then they can go sit on the couch for a minute. And it's their choice when they come back, but they need to come back when they're ready. They can go to their rooms. They can come back when they're ready. It's their choice. These are the things, and I know I said them this morning, so thank you for the reminder, sweet little cheeky girls. But things that I am going to say an absolute ton is, you can't learn when you're like this. You need to calm down. Let's take a minute. Please take a break. I'll see you in a minute. You're welcome to come back when you're ready. The other things that we say is, you decide, is this how your day is going to go? You let me know, is this how our day is going to go? It's up to you. Whenever you're ready, it is up to you. I will help you when you're ready to learn. Can you learn like this? Are you learning anything like this? This is entirely your choice. You're making the decision for what's happening right now. You're deciding how your day is going to go. This is entirely up to you. By allowing them to have that control in that respect, by reminding them that they are in control of their attitude and their actions, it does give them some power. So it's not you constantly telling them all of what they need to do, how it should be. They are in control of some of that outcome, of how they can behave, of when they can come back to the table, when they can decide that they're ready. And I've frequently found really good luck with allowing them the power to decide. I don't stay stuck on it. They don't stay stuck on it. And as soon as they're ready to move on, guys, here's another great tip. When you're struggling really hard, you or them, hug it out. Give those babies some lovin's, because as a mommy, it makes everybody feel so much better. You just need a hug sometimes. And sometimes, I'll even ask my kids, like, did you sleep okay? Do you need some water? Do you need a hug? When they start going south, do you need a hug? Can change their whole day. They just need a minute, just 30 seconds to melt into mom, and it really can turn their whole day around. And trust me, I know it can be really hard to want to do that when they're being super frustrating, but it's good for both of you. Guys, I hope that you found any of this helpful, entertaining, or informative. As I was reminded today, these things work. They can save the day. It can help an absolute ton when your day is just going, kind of our day today was just kind of, it wasn't bad, it just wasn't quite right. And so everything took longer than it should. Everything was a bit more struggle than it should be. Marilyn did decide that she just didn't want to do it today. So we managed to recover and get done with everything that we needed to today. So I'm going to count it as a win, guys. I also, if they can get some things done, I am willing sometimes to barter. If I've asked them to do, if their math sheet has 10 problems on it and they're struggling, 6. You give me 6 completely right answers, we'll move on. Little things like that, because you do have the freedom to do that. Those things will save your day, guys. Know when to hold them and know when to fold them, right? I mean, there's a lot of wisdom in that one. Sometimes you just have to amend the plan. Sometimes it is easiest. It's going to save you just by cutting out early. But I'm going to recommend that you always, always, always try to end on a win. Don't end in a screaming match. Don't end just because they frustrated you past the point of recovery. Don't let it end that way. Take a break and come back. You want the schooling experience in your home to be a good and positive one. And so anything that you can do that does turn around a negative minute is going to help you so much in the long run. So guys, please scroll down to the comments, share your tips, share what works for resetting. Stickers. We do stickers a lot. Stickers, snacks, taking a minute, going on a walk, getting a drink of water. Any of these little things really can help to reset a negative and a situation that's honestly starting to spiral out of control. So I hope that you found any of this helpful, entertaining, or informative, guys. Please scroll down, hit that big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. Bye.